feel like I should be doing smoky jazz. I don't know. That just always feels good to do that.
It does. I like
Does that
it.
voice, you like that?
WJCT, First Coast Connect, connecting you with what's most important on the First Coast. 65 degrees, partly cloudy, no traffic to be seen. Welcome back. Coming up next, after the comedian, we'll have a juggler, a fire spitter, a couple of little people.
I'm leaving the studio.
Right.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, comedy has arrived in the studio. His name is Danny Johnson. In addition to being truly a dear friend, one of the toughest jobs around, and I admire him for that because comedy ain't no fun sometimes.
Nope.
And telling jokes is hard. And gosh, sometimes they land, sometimes they bomb. You've seen them all. We're going to talk about how it's been done from your dry bar comedy special to with Howie, all that stuff.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, Danny Johnson.
Good to be here.
Man,
I like, look,
yeah.
You go from telehealth to dyslexia
To you.
to my dumb jokes.
There's a theme.
And I don't know. It's like, well, now we're in the mental. Is this the mental health part? You had the dyslexia and the telehealth. That's physical health, and then you got the mental issues. I like the fact all the advancements in the dyslexia and everything. Because back in when I went to school, maybe you too, they didn't identify a lot of stuff like learning issues. They just put you at the end of the hallway in that classroom with the construction paper over the window, and they were like, "They'll figure it out eventually." I don't know.
Well, it's interesting because what Dr. Conway was talking about, so much of it has to do with the very thing that you use to build your jokes and the cadence. So, real quickly, just some background. You've been doing this for 15 years.
Yeah, 15 plus years. You were there at the beginning.
I was.
Yeah.
I was, and I have followed your career. Just to kind of set the stage, and you are a full-time comedian, but you also have a full-time job. I mean, are you okay? So, and how long have you been wearing those two wardrobes?
Probably the whole time, with the exception of 4 years when I was single, right? And it was easier to be on the road all the time. And then I left. And I didn't leave comedy, but I started to go back to a day job to provide a little bit more stable income. Every comedian that you've never heard of knows that you have a great month, bad month, great month, with bookings and stuff. So I was like, let me make the best of both worlds while still providing stability for the family.
I don't know what the average length of a comedian's lifetime is. I mean, you've been doing it 15 plus years.
Yeah.
I mean, no, it's way plus. It's got to be 20 plus.
Yeah. Over 20.
So you've got that staying power, and you've also been able to work with the likes of the Jerry Seinfelds, Kevin James, Jackie Gleason. That's just crazy. So when you look at that, and you look at now you're touring with Howie Mandel, what does Danny look in the mirror and say to himself?
Always a bridesmaid. Never a bride.
But the bride's coming, right?
I think I love those opportunities. I would rather because I don't always get to do those big theaters like that. So when I get to work with these celebrity types and travel with them and connect with them, first of all, it's a great experience show-wise. It's, 1,000, 2,000 people. And then, when I kind of go off on my own and do my own thing, it's also pleasurable, but I'll never pass up an opportunity like that.
What do you learn from those experiences?
Well, it's fun to watch them. Because typically I've seen him when I was a kid on HBO special or whatever kind of comedy special they've had, and then I get to sit stage side, and watch them work. And I'm at the point now in my career where I'm comfortable enough to kind of I talk shop with them, give them a line, they might give me a line for their act, and kind of just banter a little bit like that. But to watch them. I learned a lot on how to, if I'm performing in front of 100 people, it's much different than 1,000. Timing, sound, cadence takes longer for the laughs to stop or, receive it. So you have to change your pace.
Mike Freed, who we both know, kept comedy alive in many ways, by really building a community and having gone to so many different local comedy shows. It really does seem there is a, fraternity / sorority, brotherhood, sisterhood. How do you find that changes, or does it change as you move up the ranks?
Well, I'm thankful for it in the sense that now in Jacksonville, you can perform at an open mic almost every night of the week somewhere in Jacksonville. When I started, and you know this from us doing those Monday night shows at the Zone, you were doing improv, I was doing stand-up first starting. It was that and maybe St. Augustine, there was a room. That was it. But now, when I need to go tune up material or I I just got into the Nashville Comedy Festival. I was asked to be a part of the Nashville Comedy Festival. So I get to go whenever well, not whenever, but a lot of opportunities each night of the week to practice and fine tune my stuff.
All right. The time always goes so
It
fast. We've
does.
only got about 40 seconds here. Real quickly, you're touring with Howie Mandel. What's that been like and what's going on?
Well, it just came to an end.
Right.
It's been phenomenal. He was super nice. Obviously OCD. I'm OCD. No handshaking, no
All right.
nothing.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
learned a lot. We connected, him and his team, and but yeah, now next up for me in Jacksonville, you mind if I plug a
No, no, no,
date?
you got it. No, go real quick.
Breezy Jazz House, Breezy Jazz in San Marco, April 25th. I'll be there.
April 25th, Breezy Jazz
Danny
House.
Johnson Comedy, all social media.
Okay. That sounds wonderful. Danny, gosh, I could do
Al,
2 hours with you.
I
Buddy.
know. Thank you, sir.